Have you ever stood in a Jama'ah prayer and the Imam began reciting verses from the Qur'an, but you had no idea what they meant? If yes, then this video is especially made for you. We are going to explore some easy but powerful tips to help you understand the Qur'an even if you don't have much time. You don't need to have a PhD or a degree from Al-Azhar University to understand the Qur'an. All you need to do is watch this video till the end and listen with your heart. Tip number 1. Read consistently. This might be the oldest Islamic advice ever, read consistently. But in fact, this is the key. You may not believe it, but once you do it, you will see the change. When you read something daily and consistently, it will automatically become familiar to your brain, even if you're not even trying to memorize it. It doesn't need to be a chapter or even a page. You just need to read a few verses. But what matters is that you do it on a daily basis. This might not be part of the tip, but Allah sees your efforts more than your results. No one has mastered anything in one day, and it's a gradual process and needs consistency. But how do you do it? How can reading help with understanding? This leads to our next tip. Number 2, read it in your mother tongue using BCC method. This video is obviously for someone whose first language is not Arabic, so let me tell you about a method I like to use. It's called BCC, breakdown, connection, and context. Whenever you read a verse, start by breaking it down into simpler phrases and then individual words. You don't need to memorize everything, just break it down and it becomes easier to understand the literal meaning. For example, let's look at the verse from Surah Al-Asr. إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. Except those who have faith, do good and urge each other to the truth and urge each other to perseverance. Now, instead of just reading the whole verse and then translation, try this. إلا الذين آمنوا, except those who have faith, وعملوا صالحات, and do good deeds, وتواصوا بالحق, and advise each other to the truth, وتواصوا بالصبر, and advise each other to be patient. Or even if you want to go deeper, إلا الذين, except those, آمنوا, who have faith, وعملوا, and do صالحات, good deeds, وتواصوا, and advise each other بالحق, to the truth, وتواصوا, and advise each other بالصبر, to patience, to be patient. This way, you're not just reading blindly, you're actually learning. For example, in إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, I can tell that, it relates to faith. صالحات, I can guess it means good deeds. You see the difference? And instead of reading it all together and forgetting what it means, now I've learned something new and understood the literal meaning. That's the power of BCC method. Step 2 is connection. Now try to connect what you're reading with your own life. It doesn't have to be deep. Just think, is there a phrase or a word that reminds me of something? Maybe a memory, an advice someone gave me, or even a similar word in my own language. For example, my first language is Persian. Sometimes when I read a verse, I recognize words that sound familiar to Persian, or they feel familiar. Other times, like when I read the same verse, إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر, I remember my mom's advice that always be good and do good in this world and stuff like that. And it instantly connects. That's what makes Qur'an feel personal. After that, the next step is context. After you've broken the verses down and made a connection, the last step is context. I don't mean going into deep tafsir or a full story behind a verse. No, not at all. Just ask yourself, what kind of verse is this? Is this like a Tawheed verse, Allah's oneness? Is this a verse about rules, like halal or haram? Is this the story from a battle, or a reminder, a warning, a call to action? Like, what category does it fall in? In our example, the verse from Surah Al-Asr is clearly a call to action. It's urging us to believe, to do good, to help each other stay strong in the truth. So yeah, this is BCC method, breakdown, connection, context. Try this next time when you read ayah when you read the verse, and you will see the difference for yourself. Tip number 3, common words technique. Oh my god, I'm so excited to introduce this. This is my favorite. The Quran is revealed in Arabic, and to understand its meaning, you need to learn Arabic. I know I just said it like it's a piece of cake, but honestly, the common words technique actually makes it feel that way. Now you might be thinking, wait, do I need to memorize every single word in the Quran? The answer is no. You don't need to learn every single Arabic word in the Quran in order to understand it. Instead, start with the common words like Rabb, Rahma, Deen, Haq, etc. There are about 300 root words that appear in most verses again and again. Once you learn these, you'll begin to catch the meaning of the verses even before looking at the translation. Cool, right? If we break down the kalimat, the words of the Quran, some are common and some are distinguishing, meaning they help distinguish and go deeper, and it's more of a tafsir thing. We'll not look at that for now, but I promise we're gonna make like more videos about this distinguishing words later. But for now, just focus on the frequent and powerful words. You can learn them one by one. Maybe they won't give you the exact full meaning, but they'll definitely give you the core concept. And when you combine them with the BCC method I gave you like earlier, you'll start to understand and feel the ayah even without knowing all the grammar. For example, in the verse, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمْ خَيْرُ الْبَرِيَّةِ. Two common words you can immediately spot are aminu, having faith, and salihat, doing good deeds. So now, just from that, we already know that this verse has something to do with doing good deeds and having faith. This gives us a hint that, oh, the context of the verse is likely a call to action or a reminder. So next time when you stand in a Jama'ah prayer, at least you can know what the Imam is reciting and what the verses are about. If you're unsure how to do this, don't worry, we got you covered. A Busy Journey is launching its first ever series just for busy people like me and you to learn these individual words through short, simple, and quick videos. Hit the subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on those episodes and if you want to start from the beginning. Yes, it might feel a little overwhelming, but let me say it again. Allah sees your efforts, not only your results. And I promise once you start recognizing these words, you'll get the vibe and the theme of the ayah even without looking at the translation. I'm not a scholar or an expert, just a student like you trying to learn and grow. And believe me, if you stayed until this part of the video, it means that you're also ready to start this journey with me. A Busy Journey is not only your journey, but it's my journey as well. Hit the like button if you've liked this video, and stay tuned for our upcoming The Golden Words series. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.